to shoot two.
Manu Ginobili has always been one of my favorite guys to watch, an elite shooting guard on the court. I mean, the issue with him has been health. You know, last season he missed about a month with a tweaked hamstring, right as the Spurs went on their rodeo road trip.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Duncan, he's checked in for Nurkic, and it's Garnett in for Jeremy Evans. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Young's checked in. Now here's Jennings. 10 points for him. Young's shot is off. And Ginobili, guys, clearly focused on trying to stay healthy. The last couple of off-seasons, Steve, he's bowed out of international play.
Well, it's smart. I mean, he's got so much mileage on his body, and it's more important for him to spend his summers just working on his body, staying healthy, strengthening those areas that he needs. And it's always tricky, though, to say no to your home country when they ask you to play on the national team.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department, too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside.
Thunder trailing by 13. There's the pass to Morris. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And Young, here we go. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Now Garnett. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Feeds it to Temple from deep three-point range, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
They're playing with a purpose, guys. The big lead becoming bigger. I like the look in their eyes.
And it's on both ends that they've been controlling the action.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Celtics out in front, up by 16. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with Scott Brooks. And, Coach, how would you assess how this first half has played out?
Well, we're doing a great job of taking the pain away, and they started hitting threes. But the first part of it, we gave too many easy layups. We got to keep the pain out and close out better on the threes.
Coach, thank you so much. Guys, he's always looking for more.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Thunder trailing by 16. Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Young is out there with Markieff Morris. Then there's Ellis. Then there's Jennings. And it's Howard in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Ellis. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Celtics leading by 13.
Monta Ellis is only 6'3", but makes his living in the lane. One of the truly outstanding finishers in the NBA. He's an explosive small guard who is relentless in attacking the rim off the dribble.
And so here is Oklahoma City after the basket by Boston. Jennings kicks to Howard. Here's Morris. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
Oklahoma City shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Well, you look at the numbers from a season ago. This team shot about 81% as a unit. Very impressive.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Well, the Celtics had a lot of problems, Clark, in a number of places last year, but at home they just struggled to put up points.
And, you know, they hadn't been known for being a high-scoring team in recent years, but no amount of defense could have made up for their woeful offense.
Now here's Rondo.
Boston would end the year with just 16 wins at home. That would be the third worst mark in the East.
And it might be a bit strange for these Boston fans to not have a dominant team to watch at home, but fortunately for them, the Celtics usually don't stay at the bottom for too long.
Jennings against Rondo. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. From deep, Ellis. And Boston with the rebound.
Such a solid performance for them inside. The rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today. You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
Agreed. I mean, you look at the points. I mean, they're getting a lot of baskets off of assists, so the offense is really clicking here.
Well, you talk about the great European players in NBA history. Dirk Nowitzki, Steve, has to be right at the top of the list.
Well, without question. And another distinction, you know, for Dirk is he's possibly the greatest 7-foot shooter in basketball history. Actually, I think he is. And then with that high release, you know, his jumper is about the closest thing to an unblockable shot as we've seen, you know, since maybe the sky hook back in the day.
Boston leading by 17. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Scott Brooks was discussing with his players. The focus of the discussion was getting their offense to run through Jennings. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
Thanks again, Doris. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. And let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that blocked the most shots in the NBA last year. Second, the Thunder.
They've got a number of guys that can deny you when you take that ball inside. That's why they're one of the best shot blocking teams in the league. At least they were last year, because they worked well together and they made it a priority. If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Samuel Dalembert, who's checked in for the Celtics. Jeremy Evans comes in for Manu Ginobili. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Howard. John Lure comes in for Morris. Randy Foye, he's checked in for Monta Ellis. And it's Dennis Schroeder in for Brandon Jennings. Here's Rondo, following the score by Oklahoma City. Here's Dalembert, and he dunks it down.
And we're seeing the shots just dropping from everywhere right now.
Yeah, since halftime, Steve, they've been operating very efficiently.
Thunder trailing by 20. Schroeder kicks to Young from the arc. That is good. Young's got 5 points so far.
Boy, they have been terrific from beyond the arc here in the second half. You look at the percentages, good numbers.
Just what the pharmacist prescribed. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they keep it up.
Great look, disappointing result.
You know, most times he knocks that one down. It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Evans dishes to Rondo. From downtown, here's Dalembert, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Here's a look at some stats for Rondo. Solid numbers last season. Averaged about 11 points a game, 10 assists, and 5 rebounds. Backup point guard, always a very important position, and he fills that role nicely for him.
He does a really good job of it. You know, it's a lot harder than he makes it look when you're not starting to get into the flow of the game, but that's part of what makes him special.
The first one falls.
Samuel Dalembert, a 6'11" shot blocker and rebounder. His numbers are solid, but he seems to have a way of wearing out his welcome with coaches. You notice he's played for 5 teams in the last 5 seasons.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Garnett comes in for Serge Ibaka, and it's Duncan in for Jeremy Evans. Dalembert, 2 free throws. And last season, Dalembert, a bit of a stopgap for Dallas. He faced his share of critiques from Coach Carlisle regarding conditioning Clark and focus.
In addition to that, somewhat turnover prone too, Kevin. He can pick up careless fouls as well, but when you're an athletic 6'11" and can make free throws and finish around the basket, you'll always have a home in the NBA.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
2 shots. The 7'1" Spencer Hawes, a finesse big man, great skill level. 4th among centers last season in assists, 1st among centers in three-pointers made.
And the first one at the line is good. And Hawes, not just an offensive player, he can rebound and block shots as well.
Yeah, but he's not really a banger, not really a physical big guy, but he brings some nice assets to the table. He can shoot it, doesn't look for contact, but you don't expect that from him.
And he makes the first, but misses the second. Spencer Hawes, an early candidate last season for most improved player, but his hot shooting steadily tailed off, Steve, with the Sixers last year.
Yeah, month after month, you know, his field goal percentage and three-point percentage has dropped. But I thought he found new life when he was traded to the Cavs. Remember, when you're on a bad team, you're losing night after night. It can be disheartening. I think that might have been some of what we saw with Hawes and his numbers declining.
And so here is Oklahoma City after the basket by Boston. Back to Young. There's Foy with the three. That's good. Foy's got 8 points.
No matter who it is, that kind of defense is not going to cut it.
And Hall's a free agent this offseason. Playing well over the last 3 seasons, he was a safe bet to get a nice new contract. Big guys with his skill level, they get paid in this league.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Boston making a switch here. Nowitzki's checked in. Ellis is checked in for the Thunder.
Then for Hawes, a rare skill set. Not that many 7-footers who can shoot from three-point range the way he can. And as much as teams value threes nowadays, not surprising he commanded a nice payday in free agency.
Thunder trailing by 16. Here's Schroeder. Pass to Ellis. Ellis left side. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Ellis has got 5 points now this quarter.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
And here's Rondo. And it's Nowitzki penetrating. 1 second left. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And an ideal finish to the quarter for them as he drains it at the buzzer.
Boy, I like the fact he didn't rush it at all. Fantastic shot.
Friday, November 15th, the Atlanta Hawks hit the road for a duel with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Make sure to catch it.
And now we present our State Farm assist of the game. With 5 total assists in the game, we've seen some great passing tonight from Temple.
And his passing ability is why they make sure the offense runs through him on a regular basis. Great assist like the one we just saw.
Celtics leading by 16. They've got Rajon Rondo. Ibaka is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Ginobili. And it's Duncan in at the small forward position. That's the Boston 5. Now Ellis after the missed 3 from Tim Duncan. They double team Ellis. He dishes it to Morris. Pass to Jennings. Shot clock at 6. He kicks it to Howard. And it's blocked by Ibaka. And he's able to get it back. Howard, that's good. Rondo with the ball. He feeds it to Ibaka. Ginobili attacking. Inside runner. And he gets it to go. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Boston.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Nice.
That's what you call early offense.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Dirk Nowitzki last season back in the All-Star game was 12th in 13 seasons. He left the knee troubles of 2 seasons ago in the rearview mirror. He's in top form once again.
Nurkic checked in for Boston. Temple comes in for Duncan. Thunder trailing by 18. Outside Jennings. A floater. Brandon Jennings gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Great defense. He anticipated the play and got there first.
Yeah, I think he got there in time. Nice play.
Celtics leading by 18. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. And again, it's Boston converting.
And Nowitzki, even though late in his career put up close to a 50-40-90 season, missed it by only fractions of a percentage point, scoring as well as ever. Turned in his best season as far as assist-to-turnover ratio goes.
Nick Young's checked in for Lure. Ginobili against Young. It's Ginobili with the drive. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
Thunder trailing by 20. And Dirk Nowitzki scaling the ranks of the all-time top scorers. Last season, Stevie passed guys like Jerry West and Rick Barry, Kevin Garnett, Alex English, the great John Havlicek, Dominique Wilkins-Steven, and Oscar Robertson.
Think about that list that you just rattled off. That's incredible. Dirk moving into the top 10, and with a game based on skill and size, there's no telling how high he'll get on that list before it's all said and done.
Nurkic out of Bosnia, an old-school big man, size, strength, soft hands. He knows his way around the basket area. He put up some impressive numbers in the Adriatic League. Now trying to make the adjustment to the speed and quickness of the NBA game.
There's Jennings with the three. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Here are the Celtics with the ball. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. That's good.
Impressive play there, and they have been really good offensively.
Piling up the points en route to this big lead, guys. I mean, they've been unstoppable.
And Clark Nurkic, 6'11", almost 300 pounds. Size runs in his family. His father is a police officer in Bosnia. He's 2 inches taller and outweighs him by 100 pounds.
Was that?
I'm not making this up. This is true stuff.
Oh, he's 4 bills then.
He's a big man. You do not want to run into him or break the law in Bosnia.
Wow, man, that's really good.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, obviously, I don't know how quick he is at that size, but he is tough, and he'll be hard to move. So I think he's got a place in the league.
Here's Ginobili. The Thunder making the shot. And Temple kicks to Ibaka. It's stolen by Morris. And Young, here we go. High, arcing shot. Howard can't hit.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered. And we head to the final buzzer in a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. This will go in the books as a really gaudy win for Boston.
But, Steve, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
Well, one thing about this win, it assures that they will not lose the season series. They only meet once more, of course, as interconference opponents.
And, Steve, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has a bit of an edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it once more.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Rajon Rondo. And a big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving and finding guys when they would flash open. And the fans loving what's transpired here tonight. A really good victory for these guys.
Sure was. I mean, they did just what they needed to do to keep the visitors from getting any momentum going at all.
Evans up top, and that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Rivers out to the right wing. Here's Hawes. Off target from outside. Here's Dallenberg. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. Nine seconds left in the fourth. Nash up on top. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Rajon Rondo.